which is good for us, I feel
Hold on,
like.
I need to belch. Too late.
You're probably live on the internet already.
Great. We'll find
I
out
mean,
here in a
we've
second.
at least recorded it, so they know that at least.
Oh man.
Brittany's on.
Yay. Hi,
Hi,
Brittany.
Brittany. Brittany,
Why isn't mine going? Am I on
I
the
just
wrong
want to show
episode?
you. You have a watermarked version that's ready to go to you. Just so you know. So it's
Oh my
coming.
gosh.
Oh, they did hear your belch, apparently, Chantel.
It's like, oh wait, I need to. We had chicken for dinner and I had a drink, so there we go.
My husband was like, you took all four high noons down, and I'm like, I don't want to run out, but I
I don't
probably
want
won't
to
drink them
know.
all. But I just want the option, just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. Well, we should wait
Sorry,
to let
everybody
some more
had to hear me.
people pop on, and then we can talk about our news
Oh, yes,
because we have news
absolutely.
this
But
week.
we always talk until we couldn't possibly talk any longer, anyways.
This is
So,
true. But let's see who's on today. We got Brittany, who said you were gross, and Jan confirmed that you heard it. Joan says hi.
sorry,
Jan
Jen.
says hi, guys. Happy Burgmeyer's here. And AB, all the regulars are here and they all heard you burp. It's all good.
Yeah, we don't need like Ray and John on or something like that. Be like, Ray.
Oh my God. Okay. So this is not cruise spoiler yet, but we met with Ray and John earlier today, from RG Travels. And I had to leave the house today for a meeting with people who I used to work with a decade ago because the company I work with, the marketing agency that we worked with got sold and it's sold to these people who I used to work with. So I haven't seen them in like a decade. They're cool guys, like no beef with them whatsoever. They're good to work with. And so I look decent, but I hadn't done my hair. And they're like, Ray's like, you got to do your hair, Stephanie. You got to pull it together. You got to do your. And so I did my hair for Ray and sent him a picture. And he's like, no lip gloss. And I'm like, Ray, it's 90 degrees. It's gonna melt. And I'm surrounded by cord. It's not.
They're like,
He
we just
was.
want the best for you, you
He
know?
thought it
And it's
was.
like,
I know. He thought it was the funniest thing when I was explaining that we both live in major metros that are completely surrounded by corn. And he just thought that was the funniest thing to
yeah,
even
we
think
have
of.
to pass through the corn to get to each other. That's
We do.
very normal
It's
here.
corn everywhere and soybeans.
Some of it's soybean.
You gotta alternate the fields to get the nutrients
You
back
don't
in.
get technical with them.
Yes.
Not about that.
No. Corn and soybeans. But they thought that was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. And Ray didn't know who the Chicago Bears was, which I thought was hilarious.
He's like the Bears. The is that a sports team?
I have a record
Yes.
of the original Super Bowl shuffle that was my parents, and I
Oh
feel
my
like
goodness.
I need to take a picture of it and send it to Ray just so that he
He's gonna have no
understands.
idea. Should
John can
make him a
explain it to
sports
him.
themed quilt.
He would not appreciate it. He does want a quilt though. They've asked. They want a king size. I'm like, I need like more information than that, like colors, like
Yeah, we
what,
can't. You can't
like
just. Yeah,
you
I want a
you
king
don't
size quilt.
probably want like
We're gonna
Chantel's
make a
tulip pink back
unicorn
there.
panel.
I
Yeah,
mean, I got plenty of that. I could get a My Little
and we
Pony
could do some of
tomorrow.
this.
I literally have a panel quilt of My Little Pony that would fit a queen that I could
My
have
gosh,
together in a day.
we should prank
In a
them
day.
by making that into a
Finishing
king
it,
size quilt. They wouldn't know the difference between a king or a queen, so we might as well make it a queen size panel quilt.
they would die.
It would
Like
be
we
great.
look what we made for you.
Look what we did!
We literally bought that when Angela was like 4.
I love My Little Pony.
I know.
I'm
She
trying to
helped me
get
make it
Penny into
though.
it.
See, you have another one to get obsessed with My Little Pony. Although I suppose Lily's about that age too.
I'm trying.
I don't
It's
know.
not really happening.
Maybe we have 20 people now, so maybe we should get to the
I
point
think we're
before we
here,
lose
yeah.
everybody about My Little Pony quilts. As fun as they are to do. So I'm gonna share screen is what I'm gonna do
Okay,
because
that's a good way to do it.
then you guys can see what we're talking about while we're talking about it.
We're cruising next year.
We are very exciting. All right, so I want to share my Google Chrome. All right, are you guys currently seeing
I see it. Yes.
this, the celebrity cruises situation?
Mm.
So we're super excited about this. This is all got put together in about a week and a half,
But
and
it's solidified. We're
it's
doing
happening.
this.
It has been planned. It is on board with Celebrity.
Paperwork is
Chantel,
figured out.
yep, we've signed contracts and
We are
we
in
are
together.
yes. So Chantel and I are co-teaching on this. We have 3 days at sea, during which time we're going to have retreat at sea. So for those of you who have not done a quilting cruise before with RGE Travels, the way it works is uh, we all fly in to the same hotel, and then we take a
Can
coach
you make it a
bus.
little bigger, Stephanie? Sorry to interrupt. They're
Oh,
asking if
probably.
you can
Absolutely. I can't
zoom
see, so
in
you're
a
gonna have to
little bit.
keep an eye on the comments. Um,
Yes, you're good
so
there. We
um,
can see down to Wednesday, just so
that's
you know.
perfect. So the way it works is we all fly into the same airport. We stay at the same hotel the night before. We take a coach bus all together to the cruising ship, so nobody has to figure out how to get there. And we usually do some fun stuff on the way, which we are at the very beginning of planning stages, so we're still to figure out what that is, but it's fabric related. We'll find like a local quilt shop or something quilty fabric related that we can do on the way in. And so we're leaving out of Barcelona. We are also attempting to get a individualized tour of the Aurifil um, factory in Milan. And so that would be an optional add-on before the tour. But we don't have a ton of details about that yet because apparently in Italy they have better work balance than we do here in the
Yes.
States. And they take the entire month of August off. So I've been in
Oh,
contact with my US contact for Aurifil. And I'm just waiting to hear from the Italian contact for Aurifil so that we can get this scheduled. But the goal is to have a 2 to 3 day optional add-on prior to the cruise where we get to
like
do
a
things.
pre-trip trip.
Yeah, basically, where we get to all fly into Milan, tour Arafel, check out the fabric district there, do some other fun things within the city, plus maybe something else that's fabric related. And
So
if
good.
I don't know, we're in very beginning planning stages, but if the fabric district in Milan is anything like the fabric district in London, it's really awesome. You're gonna have sticker
Oh,
shock
it's
because
supposed to be a lot better even.
is it? It the
Yeah.
when we were in the London fabric district, I mean, there's Liberty where you can get quilting fabric, but it's meant for like high-end garments. And you will find the most beautiful fabrics you have ever seen, but they're like $100 or €100 a meter, which and up. But it's still really cool to see and check out all the
Touch.
textiles and yes, touch.
Go
And
pet it.
it's absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So that would be a really fun thing that we're in the beginning planning stages of. But what you can do right now, we actually, let me share the link to this PDF.
We'll go back to this, so don't worry.
Okay, so I'm gonna put on here real quick to get info. Spell get right,
To
Stephanie.
get that
Info,
info.
fill out the interactive PDF. Okay, so if you
This does
fill
not
this
sign
out,
you up. It
no,
doesn't
it
do
does
anything
not do
crazy.
that.
It just gets you the information that you need so that you can start deliberating if you're gonna go,
Absolutely.
or if you're Brittany, if you're going
Yes.
when you're paying.
Well, yes, that's important too. Actually, we probably should talk about that a little bit. So, there is right now $100 discount that you can get between now and October 28th if you sign up and do your deposit before that date. So you can take advantage of that now. There are going to be limited amount of space because we can only fit so many machines in a conference room
Mhm.
when we're on board. And so, and they've done trips where they've sold out really fast. And this is a great itinerary. They're very excited about this
This
itinerary.
is a good one.
Plus we're gonna, quilt and textile it up and get some custom excursions going too. We're already in the beginning stages of that. But the way it works is we depart from one port, and the C days is when we have class time. So Chantel and I are working on developing what our classes are, and in a little bit we'll ask for some feedback for you guys on what it is that you guys
Definitely.
want to learn. But you're going to have um, 18 hours of class time while you're on board from Chantel and I, where we're going to really deep dive into a topic. And it's something where we really want you to like be able to improve your skill set while you're on there with a manageable project that you could conceivably finish on board. Not everybody will. Everybody sews at different
Or
paces.
expand once you get
Yeah,
home. But
but
something
yeah,
that you can tangibly say, I learned something, here's what I learned.
exactly.
Take your show and
And
tell home.
and we're all about like technique, but technique in a project that's something that's cool to show off when you have it done.
Mhm.
So whenever
Something
I've
that
done
you
this in
can
the
expand on
past,
later.
yeah, I've always done like how to make your points pointier, basically, is what I like to do.
She's
And people
amazing
love
with
it.
that.
People absolutely love it because they end up with points where they're supposed to be, things fit together right. Um, it's just is a really good experience. So we have 3 C days here. We're starting in Barcelona.
Do you mind if I explain something real quick?
Absolutely.
I was so confused when they were talking about a quilting cruise the very first time I went on one of these. So it's not like you necessarily have to go without your significant others and your family and things like
Mhm.
that. The quilting portion of it is a separate, it's like a
It's
separate
kind of like
entity.
an onboard excursion is the way
It's
you
like a
think about it.
class that you're
Yeah.
taking while you're on board. And so not everybody in your party has to take that class. So say that you have a significant other or a best friend or whatever that wants to go and they're not quilty, that does not exclude them whatsoever from being able to go on something like this. Um, that was a little confusing to me the first time because it was like, it's a quilting cruise. Well, really, it's a cruise with quilting.
Yeah. So there will be, a couple thousand people
Tons
on the
of
boat,
this.
and we will be a party of maybe 60, 70,
And
if we
Jan, we'll
sell
get to
out.
your questions too here in
Yes,
a little
I'm
bit.
I'm not able to see the questions right now when I'm sharing the screen. So we will get to questions. Please keep them in there though, and we'll get to them as we get there.
Mhm.
So what we do is we rent out a conference room, and you have beautiful views of the sea. Occasionally we have to shut the blinds because if we're really cruising, sometimes that can cause motion sickness, and it's best to just
Although
have them down.
being
Um,
in an enclosed sea instead of an open ocean should help with that this time
yes.
around.
Well, in Alaska, we were always really close to the shore, but day one when everybody was adjusting,
Oh yeah, day one's
that was a
always a little
hard
rough.
day. And we'll talk about, things you can do to help with seasickness. And we've both
Yeah.
done this before and have been fine. So, um, we'll talk about that too. But um, so whenever we're at sea, we're in the conference room. We do 3-hour sessions in the morning, 3-hour sessions in the afternoon. You get a 2-hour break from lunch, which depending on the buffet situation, sometimes is really nice because then you can take your time. Or you can go to eat at one of the restaurants, catch back up with your party. And then we all have group dining at in the evening, which is nice because we have a set table and a set time and you don't have to wait in line for anything.
And all of this is included.
It is all included, yeah. And in the price. And then when it's shore days, we are going to plan at least one group excursion, which is optional, but it's going to be centered around fabric. And Chantel's already like
I'm all over it.
deep diving into this. She's already come up with some really cool stuff that we're going to figure out and go from there. So we're start at Barcelona, and then we have a day at sea where we'll start our classes. Excuse me, no, I'm the one burping.
Now you're the one burping.
I know. Then we're going to Malta, which is really exciting, and Sicily, and Naples, which is where my dad was born. So that's a very exciting thing for me. And then we have another sea day, so we'll have another class day. And then we explore Rome, Italy, which where my aunt and uncle and cousins live. Very exciting. And then Florence is where we're currently exploring some options for
Yeah.
a excursion, and we don't have any solid things on that yet. So we'll share that probably later. Then we wrap up in Nice, France, have a sea day to wrap up our projects and have like a little champagne toast that we were able to accomplish some cool things. And then we depart at Barcelona, Spain. So that is the itinerary. It should be really awesome. You get to do a whole Mediterranean cruise where we're visiting multiple countries.
We're hopping
And
all over the place.
we're all over the place. I mean, we've got Malta. Is Malta part of Italy? I don't
It
actually
is
know.
technically its own thing.
Okay, so we got Malta, we have Italy, we have Spain, France, and if we can figure out the Arifel thing, then also that as an option for your
You know,
pre-tour.
Malta might be part of Italy, but I did have to make sure that it was not
Yeah,
part of Africa because I still have Africa to hit up as one of my continents. I've hit 5 continents. And I really wanted to hit Africa, so I'd get number 6, but not a Moroccan cruise, so
not this time.
not this
Maybe next
time.
time. Maybe next time.
We did have a question that we can answer now. Are you providing the sewing machines? And the answer is yes.
Yes.
All of the machines are provided. We have a tech on board to be able to service them if anything were to happen. Clearly, Stephanie and I know our way around a sewing machine as well.
And they
And there
always
should
bring
be a
in
sewing machine for each person.
and they bring an extra one too, just in case something is like beyond repair that they're,
Hmm.
you know, they can make it work. But that what that does is that helps Chantel and I focus on you guys. Because if there's someone who's like not sure how to sew a 1/4 inch seam or things are just going a
Hmm.
little funny with the machine, that we don't have to take our time fixing a machine. We can keep our time working with
Right.
you guys to help you guys do what you're
Do we
there
know?
for.
Do we know the brand yet?
I do not know the brand yet,
Okay. On our
but
cruise, our first
it's
cruise, we
super
had
exciting.
FAFs.
And then
On
we
the last
had
cruise,
Baby Lock, which is basically
that's
well, we had Brother, which is basically Baby Lock.
mhm.
Um, but
You go
right
slow
now,
around the rooms here. This shows
other
what it includes on the bottom half. So you get 10
yes.
nights on cruise on the Celebrity Equinox. And you get to choose your stateroom. So somebody earlier asked, do they charge extra if you have a single room? The answer is yes. They charge
Yes.
more if you have a single room. However, we will have an ability for you to be able to choose a roommate
And
if
a
you would
lot of
like.
people do that. They, you know, there's a Facebook group that you guys can join, and we still has the Alaska information on it, but I can grab it and pull it up, and put it in the chat.
Mhm.
But maybe I should have had this up ahead of
We
time because
also had
who
a
knows
question
what's
about
on my feed.
price, which is the
We will
price to
get
be
to
able to
that.
inquire about the pricing and things like what you're looking at. You're going to want to go to that form and fill out the paperwork. We
It
don't
should be
dabble
on the
too much
form
in
though.
that.
So we'll hang on one
Although
second.
being that it's a cruise, it's an affordable, in my opinion, affordable way to hop to many cities and
So
have a guide.
here's the deal with the pricing is
Hmm.
when you book like direct through Celebrity, it's not like booking Spirit Airlines because they are way ahead of where you would consider like a Spirit airline in
It's
terms of
like
customer
United. You
service.
have to pay for
Yeah.
your bags and you have to pay
And
for
then
this and that.
and
This
then
is
if you want
all
premium
inclusive.
seating, like the price is the price is the price. And which is fabulous. And so it covers your entire stay there. It
Mhm.
covers all onboard meals. There are specialty restaurants that you can go to that are not included if you choose, but if you don't have to, that's
And
just
you
an
really don't
extra.
need to,
No, you
honestly.
don't. I mean, we did two specialty restaurants on the last one because my daughter really wanted to try all the seafood. So we did a special seafood lunch and then she went to a sushi dinner because those are things that you would not get necessarily at the main dining. And she really wanted to try it. So we're like, well, why not? You get your beverage package, which is anything $12 and less is included. And a lot of people are like, well, I don't drink, I don't need that. Well, when you're on a cruise, every coffee, every water bottle, every soda, every tea, those all cost money. And so you want to
And we
have the
learned
beverage
this as we
package.
went.
Yeah. You want to have the beverage package even if you don't drink alcoholic drinks. Now, if
Because
you,
you will still manage to nickel and dime yourself
yeah.
away. It is
Now,
just lovely to not have to think about it. No,
Exactly.
we're
It's
like,
like
how does this work when you want to buy something that's like $14?
that means that you pay $2 plus whatever the gratuity is. So that works out really well. Like I did that a couple of times. Like I
You have a
really
certain gin.
gin and tonic is my preferred drink, but the base level gin that they put in it is I don't like the taste of it. So I asked for a Tanqueray and tonic and I paid like $2.50 extra for that, plus whatever tip I gave.
Mhm.
So it wasn't like I was paying $16 for a gin and tonic.
Right, just because it didn't
I was
fall
paying like
in.
an extra 250 for the preferred gin that I wanted.
It's
Um,
like you get a $12 grace period there, right?
basically.
So
You
I was
also
able to
get
buy myself a really nice glass of mezcal,
yes.
and I think I paid $8 for it. But I mean, like, it was like a really, really nice glass of mezcal. It's really good.
Um,
But I don't think I
also,
would have ever paid $20 out of my pocket for a drink.
no, definitely not.
No.
We're Midwest women. We're cheap.
No, we can't. We
Um,
needed the coupon.
we can't do it.
Mm-mm.
All your gratuities are included. Your basic Wi-Fi is included, which is enough to
Hmm.
do what you
Do
need
pretty
on the
much what you
ship.
need.
If you're doing anything with video conferencing or trying to FaceTime with someone, it's not going to do it. But the basic
It's
Wi-Fi
not
is
much
fine for
to
that.
increase it.
I always increase it. Um,
But then
because
again, we're uploading videos and things like that. Most people can
yeah.
get by with what they.
And then there's like a million entertainment options that are all included on
They're
there.
good.
If you bring children with, and my kids, even my little one who is difficult, enjoyed the camp at sea. They have age
Hmm.
group activities. My older child wanted to be there all the time. Like anytime, like there was a day that she did not want to get off the boat. She wanted to just go to camp at sea. I was like, fine, whatever. We'll putz around the port with the little one and get you guys away from each other for a little while. That's fine.
Yes.
Um, Fitness facilities, pools. Um, we were in
Walking
Alaska
paths.
by a glacier, and my kids were in the pool every day because they keep those pools warm. So and
Yes.
there's also indoor pools too. So you absolutely can do that on your downtime. Um, let's see what else. Taxes,
There's
fees, port
everything.
charges, they're all there. Um, I mean, you really don't have to worry about any extras except any of the shopping you might do on board
Mhm.
and any excursions you want to go on.
Now,
And
the excursions aren't always necessary because a lot of them we will well, I will definitely dig in to what's
mhm.
available at each port because that's just me. I want to know what I can accomplish without having to pay extra to go on an excursion. A lot of these places, they drop you off somewhere where you could be very happy at the port.
Oh yeah,
You'll still be able to very much explore the cities.
there were we didn't do a single excursion with my family except the one that we did as a group in Juneau.
Hmm.
And we were all very entertained and we were able to walk around and find plenty of things to do and ways to occupy our time. Some people, they're off for a little while and they're like, okay, I've seen enough, and then they go back on the boat. Um, if you do an excursion through Celebrity and they're late, they will hold the boat for you. If you
Hmm.
go off on your own and you're late, make sure you have your passport with you because you're
Or
finding your
if
way
you
to the
lose your
port.
tour,
Chantel and I did that once. We would have been okay. They would have waited for us, in theory.
in theory, we
Yes.
lost our tour and ended up matching up with them at the very end.
Somebody was watching out for us that day,
Oh my
for
goodness.
sure. But yeah, so this is the two of us.
Clearly.
We have a more recent photo of me, so you can see the gray hair, and all the quilts behind me. But currently, I'm kind of looking maybe toward making points pointier because I think everybody wants to be able to do something like this, and where they're really able to be proud of where every single point is and that it matches up where you want it. And I know Chantel's noodling on some EPP stuff,
Well,
but
we both want to give our bread and butter, right? Like,
exactly.
what do we have to offer you that is so worth going to another country other than the fact that the countries are amazing? Um,
I mean, you
and for
basically get to
me,
combine an awesome tour with some
right.
quilting
I
stuff.
mean, there are some great perks, but we want to be able to give you something that you're not getting online. You're getting the hands-on experience of
Absolutely.
knowing how to do something that we're both the expert of.
Well, this is a perfect example. I mean, I have taught my two pinning method in every single point video I've ever taught. Where
Still
how
doesn't
I
make sense to me.
Well, so I'm explaining this and I'm realizing that I put my ring finger in a really specific spot to help guide and make sure everything goes together. It never once occurred to me in all of the probably hundreds of videos I've done to explain that I put my ring finger there. You can see that I do it, but it just never like clicked in my brain that this is something that I just intuitively do, that I don't think, oh, I need to
Hmm.
specifically say this thing. And then they were laughing at me. When I teach, I don't sit down. I go for a 3 hour walk around that classroom,
It's
and
true.
I am making sure that everybody is doing okay. Because we all start at the same space, right? And then we have some speed demons, and we have some people who really are taking their time, and so they all end up in very different places by the
It's
end.
true.
And so I'm often doing individual demonstrations for every single person because everybody gets to a different point at a different moment. And I am constantly rotating, making sure that everybody is doing okay, that there are questions, and they would laugh at me because every single time I would pop up and I'd be like, "So, what about this?" And they're like, "Yeah, the second I did the thing I wasn't supposed to do, that's when you come up behind me."
Right.
So,
That's of
that
course when the teacher notices you, when
absolutely.
you're doing something that you're not sure of, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. Brittany was asking, do spouses have a different price, different booking? How does that work? So my understanding is that they book together, but what would happen, Brittany, is that you would be a part of the sewing at
So,
sea
yes.
package.
What happens is you can book now, and secure your stateroom. And then I believe it's 120 days before the actual cruise starts that you can sign up for the optional items. So that's going to be your trip to Milan. That's going to be your custom excursion that we're going to
Hmm.
work on planning. That's going to be your retreat at sea, which is working with us in the classroom. So the initial booking is just saying, I'm going. It's hold your spot, get you your cabin with celebrity,
And
and
they would
then
hold your spouse's like your
absolutely.
initial, so you're it's like booking a regular vacation, and then Brittany, what you would be doing is booking yourself for the sewing at sea portion.
But that's at a later date. You don't have to worry
Hmm.
about that right now. And
Here's some
typically,
prices on this page.
I'm not sure how much it will be for this trip because we're getting sewing machines internationally. So I don't know how that has changed it in the past. But in the past, the onboard retreat at sea has been in the $500 range,
And that
which,
is what they're suggesting
yeah.
for this. So
So there is pricing on this, and this is a fillable form. So you can click on it, you can fill out your information. I can
and
put
actually
in.
the links above, the pictures of the staterooms and the video are also links that you can click on to see them.
Why is it not letting me fill out the form? Maybe because I'm sharing things. I'm not sure. Um, but this is where we're looking at. Inside stateroom, that means you do not have an ocean view, which you're not really in your room that much
You're
anyway.
not. I
So
saw one of the
that
rooms
would
the
be
time
fine.
that we went transatlantic, and I thought it would be upsetting. No, they were great.
Yeah.
They have extra lighting and things to make sure that it doesn't feel like you're not in your room anyways.
I had a problem on Alaska because the sun would rise so early that
Hmm.
I was on Midwest time, like until the final day.
Oh
Like I
goodness.
would be up at 4 or 5 in the morning because the sun was up and it was like, wake up time back home. And so I would just sit in my room for
You have
hours.
to go out to the lounges and sew
I
like I
know.
do.
Something. Um, there
Yes, there. So
are,
Jan says only three
yeah.
rooms to choose from, and that's correct. That doesn't necessarily, which suites. There's a number of each,
Hmm.
inside rooms or ocean view with veranda. We had when we went transatlantic, we had ocean view.
With like a porthole.
Yeah, we didn't have a veranda suite, so we had like
No,
the middle option, and it was
which was
wonderful.
that was fine too. And we were not like the neatest people. I think we drove our steward nuts because we're like, you don't need to come in, it's fine. And he was like, no, I
And
really
he's
need
like,
to
"Oh
come
no,
in.
no, 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 we
No,
we
I
clean
really
up for
need
you,"
I
and
need
we're
to
like,
come in
"No."
and clean. We're like, no, we have fabric everywhere. We're not quite sure what we're doing with ourselves. It's fine. But I kept my room much cleaner the last time. But
Oh, good for you.
honestly,
You didn't have me to encourage the.
prime Ocean View veranda for a 10-day Mediterranean cruise for under $5,000. I mean, I spent that much for a week in Chicago once.
Just flying from these places would normally cost you more than that.
Yeah.
My husband and I really love to travel, and we've kind of come to the conclusion that cruising is a way to do it in a grandiose way without
Hmm.
necessarily, you might think I'm silly for saying that, not necessarily a grandiose price. Because if I were to go to Naples and Barcelona and Rome and Florence
Fly
all
to
in
all
a
those
trip
places. Yeah.
without being on a boat, you'd have to figure out your own meals and things. It would be more, be
Yeah.
a lot more.
And that price, like I said, that's all your meals, that's all your drinks, it's all your tips, it's all your gratuities.
It's your
You
internet.
yeah. You don't have to do any excursions if you don't want to. There's plenty to do without them. Um, I mean, just walking around those historic cities, it's just got to be.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be so
Oh,
cool.
I told Chantel today I want to go to a castle.
Done.
I
We can find a
I need
castle.
to go to a castle. I'm writing a book about medieval times with indoor plumbing. I
There
need to be
is
inside a castle
there
while
is
we're there.
one place that has a medieval um museum that actually has all of the armor and things like that in it. I can't remember where, but
Okay,
it's
we're
on our
going,
trip
and
because
I'm
I wanted to
considering
find out
it.
if they had any of the quilted undergarments that they typically wore, if we needed a textile connection, but they did not go into detail about that. But I will find out in my notes where that was because it's me, and of course
You,
I have
you and I
books
are
and
going to
notes.
that. We're
I
that's a must do.
I was going to drag you there anyways,
Yes,
just because I knew you need that.
I need absolutely need that.
You need that.
Absolutely. Although my character's armor is not like regular medieval
No,
armor
we're just asking
because
if we bring our own fabric or notions, and the answer is
yes.
yes. So
Um,
we will have a class list. It'll be like most classes that you go to, where we'll have, the pattern set up for you guys when we're there or whatever. We'll have possibly a certain kit that you will need. So, like for me with English paper piecing, I'm not expecting you to go out and buy your own papers. I will have what you need for that pattern.
mhm.
But I would
But the
expect you
fabric
to
you'll provide.
bring, yeah, the
Like
fabric, your shears, um, those kind of
glue
things.
sticks, things like that.
Yes.
Um, although
I will
those are things
probably
that we
ask
could
for a
secure
glue
too.
stick to be included in every kit just to make sure that we have what we need.
Absolutely. Well, and I have wholesale accounts still where we can get those things.
Well,
But
we're going to take care of you.
we are
We're not going to be
absolutely going
like,
to take care of
oh,
you.
you don't have what you need.
But
And we will be
what you want to
stopping for
do,
fabric.
what you want to do is fill this out and where it says click logo to request booking, you can do it up here or there's usually one at the bottom right here. Um, and when you fill it out and you click it, you're going to get like a thank you screen. It doesn't sign you up. It doesn't obligate you to anything. All it does is says, "Hey, I'm interested."
You're not
And
going to get spam emails
no,
forever
you're going to get thank
bothering you
you
about stuff.
emails from Ray and John, who are these lovely gentlemen.
They're
Eh,
awesome.
They are
They come with
absolutely
us. They
awesome.
take
They
care of
do.
everything. You can't figure out how to do your Wi-Fi, they are there. You are waiting in line for something, they will take you out of that line personally and wait for you.
You're not sure how customs works on the way back in. They're going to have a whole chat for you about it and how to make sure it works on the way back.
They're phenomenal.
Yeah, they're great. Absolutely fabulous. I mean, they're on top of it. They make sure everything goes smoothly. Um, you know, they're the ones who make sure that all the power is in place and for the right different, settings for international plugs and that we have the irons we need and they argue with the ship to make sure we can have the irons and
Mhm.
all of that stuff.
That
And
is a
they,
part of it every single time. They have to argue for the irons and they win.
yeah, I think they understand them now. Um, because they've done enough with Celebrity now that Celebrity knows the drill and they know how it goes and they know how it goes. But they've got like a suitcase of all the things that come with. It's like the tower stations and all the things. They know what we need. They
Yeah, they're
bring it with
great.
every single time and they really take care of you.
Don't tell them
Like
that I love them, but I love them. They're
I
great.
told them I loved them today on the call. I was joking that they're Uncle John and Uncle Ray to my kids.
Are they mutual? I don't know, but we love
I don't know.
them.
I don't know. But honestly, like these are pretty good prices. And that is based on double occupancy. So if you are going solo, that's going to be a different situation. They do have a trick, and I don't totally understand how it works, but they have a trick where they can book a second person and then like the second person drops and then it's not as expensive. I don't know wholly how that works, but there is a way around
Who
it and
knows?
they know it. I don't.
They know the
Um,
magic.
they do. But like I said, we've got a Facebook page and I dropped that link in as well. And you can join there. And if you're interested in finding a roommate, that's a good place to find it. We can also hook people up via email, with your
Hmm.
consent, of course. We're not just going to give somebody your
No.
email. Um, but if you know that you're looking for a roommate, we can hook people up. You guys can chat amongst yourselves and decide, yeah, I'll go spend 10 days with somebody. And we've had the last two, we've had people be roommates who did not know each other beforehand.
Oh my
And they
gosh, they
had
turn out
a
like best
blast,
friends.
a blast. They were like going to the salon together and, you
I
know,
remember asking them, like, so how did you meet? And they're like, we met here. You're
yeah.
like, what?
So we're super excited about it.
What's
If
that
you,
castle right there? You want to go to a castle? What's that
I
castle?
mean, that's a castle.
It almost looks like AI, but it's not. It's just
I
Europe.
know. This this would be Anwald. This would be the Waldorf's castle because they're the rich ones.
Brittany, did you see what she has for you? I don't know if I didn't think I got a response for that,
Oh,
but
Brittany,
yeah,
I printed off your watermarked version of the book to look at, just so you know. She knows it's coming. She knows I didn't get it in the mail today, but it's coming later.
it's
But
coming.
yeah,
And she
we
has
we
two
definitely have to
loves,
go into that
quilting
one.
and writing.
I do. I'm having, I
You're
don't know.
having an affair,
I
a
definitely
book,
am.
a book writing affair.
I definitely. I want to have a second. Is this my fourth career? I was a journalist, then I went into marketing, then I did Quilt Addicts Anonymous. Now I'm marketing again, but I would like to be an author. And so, yeah, we're on our like fourth iteration of what Stephanie wants to do with herself when she grows up. And
That's okay.
it's okay.
I I am I'm what am I going to be? I
We're gonna eat midnight sandwiches and we're gonna figure it out. That's what
wingman.
we're gonna do.
That's what I am. And I'm fine with that.
We had this conversation earlier today. We're like, how did your husband get everything he wanted? And we're like having midnight sandwiches where we're talking about what are we doing with our lives.
And he's
And
like, how did you get a gig where you have a friend that takes you, to other countries? And I was like, yeah, and I got a husband that like really worked out. I really did the best job,
we both
truthfully.
did good, I think.
No, I mean not between you and me. I was just telling him like
Yeah,
I got like the best type of best friend. I got like the best type of husband.
we did good.
Kids are above average. Love them. Like my dog is a lot. It's a good life.
Yeah, I could do without. two of the dogs in the bed. That would be fabulous. Just
Well,
one.
not in the bed. I mean, that is definitely a problem in our house too, because our two big dogs just want to take over.
All right. Do we
Oh, it's
have
in
more?
Barcelona. Joan says that that castle is in Barcelona.
Oh, is it? Okay. Good to know.
We need to bring Joan along so that she can keep us in line for where we're at.
Yes, for
We can
sure.
bring all of you along. It would be a riot.
It would be so much fun. So
We
much fun.
all, I mean, we know all of you through here, and yeah, to have you all there would be the
That'd be
coolest.
so fun. So the other cool thing that Ray and John do is the trip needs to be paid 120 days out to start, but we're talking about
We're
October
talking about, you can see it here. It is
of
October
next year.
10th
Yeah. So that's what's
to
3 months before that.
October
We're
20th,
talking about it needs to be paid by
2026.
like July of next year. So if you email Ray and John, you're like, I'm in, I'm doing it, here's my deposit, then you can say, I want to split this up into however many months I can make payments on, and you can just make equal payments every month, and that's fine. They don't care.
Or
They'll
if
work
you
with
know
you
you
to
want
do
to
it
put a
however you need
payment
to.
down now, you want to wait till your taxes come in,
Exactly.
have a payment then, and then do a payment at the end. That's an option too.
Yeah. However they want to do it, you want to do it is fine. But I know for me, it's always easier to do like a monthly fee than and that makes it more manageable for me when I'm looking at big ticket items.
See, I like to clump, but like
Yeah.
larger clumps. But
Like
then
that's
again,
how I'm
our
doing my writing school.
yeah,
I'm like, I want the monthly option. Give me the monthly option. So
I like the clump
yeah.
option.
All right. Any more questions about this? And then I can
And then we can
stop
talk about
sharing.
it like more loosely and not be so
Okay.
formal about it because,
Okay. Probably.
the
So do
drinks
we
are
want to
rolling
talk
in and
about our projects?
yeah, I would love to know what everybody is if they get a miracle chance that they get to go on a cruise with us. What is it that they want to know?
Yes. Because for me, here's what we were kind of thinking is that we would maybe do like an EPP for Chantel where you
Hmm.
it's a skill builder.
Hmm.
Like, because everybody's done a hexie, everyone knows how to do a hexie. And if you
And
don't
if
know
you
how to
don't,
do a
don't worry, we
hexie,
get you there.
well, yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll get you there before you even go. We can because we'll do a pre-tour class
I'll
too.
do anything I can to get you to the point where you need to learn that portion. Not a problem. Brittany can
Um,
attest. I taught her how to do it in like 30 minutes
I
from start to
taught
finish.
people who had no idea how to even thread a needle, how to do it in 2 hours. And I had like a class of 17. So I was doing a lot of walking on that one. But like the more intense things, like how do
Hmm.
you get all your points to come together at the center of a block, exactly where you want it to be? How do you fussy cut so that your fabric creates an entirely new design when you put it together?
Yeah, like
How do
I
you
have my EPP here. This is
exactly?
rabbits going around facing together, but you pull it back, you're not seeing rabbits. You're
You're
seeing
seeing
this
something totally
kaleidoscope
different. And
effect.
also, like, how do you just fussy cut to get your animal like right in the center? So
Hmm.
those are the things that we're kind of noodling
Or I
on.
did this one where each one of these, the dot is in the center, but
And
when you
look at
put it
how
all together,
good that comes together. Like, that is awesome. Totally awesome.
I did a whole bunch of those. It's so freaking awesome.
Yeah, it is so freaking awesome. And what I was kind of thinking was that we could do a variation of the triangle boot camp that I did on the first cruise, but in a new, smaller project. So that way we're not making as many triangles. So we can still go through how to make half square triangles, double pinwheels, quarter square triangles, flying geese, all that from squares. But, you know, maybe table runner size instead of wall hanging size.
Right.
So that way we're
Brittany,
not making a bunch of flying geese, we're making maybe 16 flying geese or something like that.
where the sandwiches are, I mean more obscure EPP shapes. And that's
So
another thing we were talking about is the sandwiches. We got you for the sandwiches. Don't you worry about the sandwiches.
so
We got
here's
you.
the joke about the sandwiches. They have a midnight like snack bar and they have the best sandwiches ever. And so whenever you hear Chantel and I talk
But
about midnight
they're not
sandwiches,
special, but they
that's what we're
are.
doing. Like we're up there, we're eating midnight sandwiches and getting dessert and contemplating our life choices and what we want to do next with ourselves. Like that's
Eating bread that doesn't stick
yes.
to the roof of your mouth. That's what
Yep,
we're doing.
pretty much. So if you
Yeah,
ever want to find us at midnight, we might be up
we'll be
there
eating sandwiches.
eating sandwiches
Yeah.
and cake.
And the EPP shapes, one of the things that we were talking about is making it a beyond the hexi class. So it's like most people learn how to use EPP in a traditional hexi flower. And we wanted to talk about doing more like this is a 5-pointed star. This is a 10-pointed star. You
Yeah,
know, how do you get that to actually come together and not deal with all the
bulk.
issues? No,
Yeah.
if you really dig into this, it's pretty hard to get a 10-pointed star where you're going to have a perfectly flat center. But oh, and Jan, if you don't know the hexes, I'm going to get you. I'll get everybody where they need to go before, or at least that first hour that we get there. It's we'll do a boot camp to kind of get
We
you to a
do
certain part.
we do a course before we go, and that's on Zoom. And the one I did last time was more of a fabric selection. So that way people could feel good about the fabric they
Mhm.
were choosing for it. And we could put some, we went over some general theory, things like that. But if we did it with Chantel and it was specifically beyond the hexi, then what we would maybe go over are things like how to do a hexi flower in that
I
class.
wouldn't put it beyond me to just be me and like send everybody a small little package of hexes so we can just work on the sewing. We don't have to worry
Hmm.
about the basting because once we get into class and we start talking about putting together something as complicated as that, I'm going to have to teach you how to baste my way anyways.
Yeah.
It's not you will not be behind. And the pre-class is like not necessarily a prerequisite to coming on board and
No.
taking the class.
Well, it's part of your package.
You get it,
Yeah.
but say
And
you didn't get to take the course,
we send out a Zoom recording too.
we're
So
not going to keep you behind or anything like that. There are some things, like as you said, you pushing the fabric under with your finger, that there are some things that a tangible teaching experience are going to show in a way that even a
the camera
Zoom,
doesn't. Yeah.
it's just not going to show it. So nobody has to worry about being behind on, because a lot of what I ended up teaching the last time was that very, very basic stuff because people are like, it seems too overwhelming. I can't do it. You know, I don't know how to even start English paper piecing because it's really not complicated. But when you don't know where to start, everything's complicated.
Exactly.
So
And
no worries there.
it isn't something that's insurmountable. When I taught it, I taught just a simple hexi class, how to make a flower. Um the week before we went on Alaska, just so I could get my feet
Hmm.
wet again and teach because it had been a while since I'd done it. And my 11-year-old was in that class, and that she only came along because her dad couldn't get off work in time. But
Go figure.
of course, yeah,
Yeah.
she sewed that sucker together, and she had not used a needle and thread before. She'd sewn on a sewing machine, and she did a decent job at 11. So this
I
is not
will, yeah.
something that's like ridiculously, oh my God, it's really super hard kind of a thing.
Now the tricks are going to make it so that your stitches don't show
Yeah.
and your points all match up. But that's not what you need to know for that very first Zoom class. You basically need to know how to like manage your thread
Hmm.
while putting pieces together and how to get those Y seams together. And that's it. And then once we get into an actual class situation, I kind of go into my way of doing it. The nice thing about EPP is that you can go bougie and buy all the stuff that you want for it, or you can use cardstock and cut things out yourself and glue it together with Elmer's glue sticks. I keep Elmer's glue sticks over here,
Hmm.
as well as the bougie nice ones. You can do it However, you can have the nice fancy mirror. I have it over here that makes it so you can see what your pattern's going to look like. Or you can just kind of guess and you'll be fine. Like EPP doesn't have to be an
Or
expensive experience.
you can eyeball the way you cut, the way Chantel does, or you can rely on the templates like I do. There's a
I
lot of
hate
different
using the
ways to get there.
templates, which is just the funniest thing because we're like,
There's so
we
many
can get
different
the
ways
same
to do the
outcome,
same thing. Yeah.
but I personally do not like using the templates. I like to hold my shape together and like cut out, like rough cut out, and that
Mhm.
bothers her because she likes having everything just like
I am like a
pulled together.
particular.
So,
Have I told you of the first time I like sewed anything real with my grandmother?
oh yeah, I think we've all heard this.
Yeah,
Poor
probably.
grandma.
Well, my grandmother did not, my dad's family is from Italy. He was born outside of Naples, lived there until he was 11, came over here. My grandmother did not read or write in Italian or English. And so I'm following this pattern for this doll clothes dress, and I'm like step by step
And
by
she's
step.
Stephanie,
She
so
didn't,
she's
and
knowing what
this is,
she's doing no matter what she's doing.
oh, well, no, I definitely did not, but
No, I know what
I knew what it
I
said.
meant that you thought you knew.
I was an anal retentive child too. This did not just
You
develop as an adult. But so we're going through this. I'm like, Nona, it says we have to do this. And she's like, no, we do it this way. And it must have been such a
no.
frustrating experience for her, but we had a finished doll dress when it was done. I still have it. And she
Oh my
at the
gosh.
end, she's like, next time we make it something for you. And I was like, okay, all right, we'll do
Yeah,
something for me.
next to time.
But I still remember that. Like that was like a core memory for me is doing that with her.
I
And
thought EPP was freeing because I had a template that was perfect, but nothing else has to really be perfect about it when you're putting everything together. If you're using squares to make hexes, it doesn't matter. Like the backside of your quilt does not have to be judge worthy
no, not at all.
for your front.
And there are some things that, you don't want to have too skinny of a seam. And so,
No,
those
there
are
are a
things that
few
you figure
rules, but
out, but
it's
it's really
very
freeing.
easy to fudge around. Now, you can see like on the backside of this, my seam allowances aren't equal. Like I have this one's kind of fallen off here, probably because it's too narrow, but I wanted it to match up just right.
Yeah,
My papers are coming out because I've had this together for,
a minute.
yeah, you can see like this seam and this seam
Yeah,
are
one's wider than the other.
very different. But to get those bunnies right where I wanted them, it just has to look good on the front. Yeah.
I love that because I do the same thing with the points. I'm like, you're gonna
Mhm.
fudge it and no one's ever gonna see the back of your quilt.
And
And as
that's
long
what
as
we
your
want to teach
seam
you.
isn't too skinny to where it's gonna pop open with use or going on a long arm, you're fine. So,
That's the thing. We want you to be able to like crank out the best looking product by knowing when you can fudge it
mhm.
and when it's necessary for you to abide by a rule.
And there will be times, and there were times in the last one where I was like, that one needs to come out. And I
Mhm.
try very hard for you guys not to have that experience, but there are times where it's like, that one didn't quite work the way we wanted it to.
That's an important lesson too, though, is
Yeah.
that, yeah, you can't always fudge it. Sometimes, like this seam is too small and the glue doesn't want to stay. And that is really my fault. And I'm gonna have to glue it back together to make it work. But I've also been sitting on this project for far too long. I've been on month 3 for 10 months.
I mean, it's okay. I'm still on what, year 7 of my Chulanova?
Year 7. That's coming along with us. We're getting it done.
I won't have children to run around after. So yeah, that could
Yeah,
happen.
it could actually happen.
The best thing to do when you're on a cruise is to go to the solarium, which is where the indoor pool
Mm.
is, bring your EPP, sit on there, and just
Meet all
chill.
the other crafters that are there
Yeah.
doing the same
Oh yeah,
thing.
everybody's there doing cross stitch and knitting and whatever, and you just sit there and you look out at the ocean as it goes by and
Oh,
you just do
so
your
nice.
thing. It was so fun. Can't get into the Facebook group. I wonder
Oh,
if
I
it's
think
a
we have to
closed group.
approve it.
Oh, do we? Admin assist. That's not it.
She is on it.
Not that I know what I'm doing.
No,
No, there
we
are
had
no
to Google
pending
things earlier.
approvals. So that's not it. This is a public group. Hmm.
Did you have the right link or did you send them all to something else?
I maybe sent them to something weird. We're gonna try this link, see if this link is any better. Here's a new group, link to the Facebook group. Because it's a public group, you should be able to just join it, in theory.
In theory.
Because I totally see someone on here who I don't think is actually, I'm gonna boot this person out, actually. Because
You should
I'm
probably make it an invite or like you have to ask like a question. You have to answer a question to get into it. Let's make them answer a culty question like we used to have to do to come
we
on the
could.
Zooms here.
There was only one where I'm like, who is this person? You do not look like you actually.
Not
Well,
right.
there's someone from Niobe Kenra. You're definitely not a real person. Oh goodness. Let's see, who do we got? You look
The internet's
real.
a special place.
It is definitely a special place where all the
Jan, give us it
weirdos
a
come
try
together.
and see if you can get into it. We'll make sure to drop a lot of information in there and as
Okay,
we're getting it.
I think I've removed the two people who are not actually quilters.
Inappropriate quilt users.
I know, right? Oh goodness.
Yeah,
All
Jane's
right.
like, good idea. Ask a question. It's not
Yes.
bad to make sure that people aren't bots. We'll figure it all out. We got to dig into that.
Yeah. Did you accept a request earlier? Or have you not gotten that far?
I didn't get
You didn't get it?
it. Mm-mm.
It should be in your Facebook.
Somebody locally was selling a featherweight for $50, and I think I was too late replying.
They did not know what they had.
They have no idea.
No idea whatsoever.
None.
If it would have been white, I would have been like, oh my God,
It
I
was a
need it.
black one, but it was an old black one, like a 40s
Yeah.
early black one. I could tell immediately. I'm like looking at it and I'm like, I
That's
almost
on
offered to
my
buy both the machines they were trying to sell for $50 in order to just,
get them both.
yeah.
Oh, okay. You keep them entertained for a moment because I have a show and tell. I'll be right back.
Oh, this isn't a Lenny situation.
No, it's not a Lenny situation. I can still hear you. I'm just going upstairs to get something.
Okay. I don't know what to entertain you guys with, but I'm going to start doing a little EPP. What's everybody working on tonight? Because now that we've dulled your ears with all our trip making, it's not happening for a year, but you got to think ahead. Yeah, what's everybody working on? I'm going to finish month 3 someday soon. My toddler is starting preschool on Monday. So the first time we tried preschool, she got kicked out because she was too tearful the whole time. And so we're finally trying again. And so cross your fingers and pray that she figures that one out because I'd like to get back to my sewing room and make some content and do some things, but that's really hard to do with a toddler that refuses to actually socialize herself at preschool.
I have the same situation with my youngest, and I had to just force her out of the house. And
Yeah.
she still is like that. Okay, so when I was on the Alaska cruise, I took
Went
full
on eBay.
advantage of the drink package. And I got a notification from eBay because I don't know if any of you guys are like this, but I set up notifications of things that I'm looking for. And I found an American
Oh,
Girl.
it's so cute.
It's so tiny. And it's not like in perfect condition. Like there's definitely like some rust on it. But this thing, like a high noon for scale, it is shorter than
Oh,
a high noon can, and it's so cute. And I saw one of these. at our local museum. And I was like, oh my God, I need one of these. I just need it. And I found one and the price was good. And I may have bought it under the influence in the middle of the night. And then and then all of a sudden I get this notification that something's arriving. I'm like, I didn't order anything. What the heck is coming? I'm like, oh, I drunk bought an American Girl soy
Oh.
machine while I was on the cruise. So I now have one of my holy grail sewing machines that I want, and it has a prominent location in my dining room. So I'm very
That's
excited about
excellent.
that.
Absolutely excellent.
Totally worth it. It was absolutely it's a functional sewing machine. This was for it's a toy machine, but it's for little girls and it cranks and that's how it would go. And it's just so fun.
It's
So
so
excited about
cute.
it. And
Oh,
Chantel and I have an American Girl doll problem
yeah, we do.
too. We
Mine's
have a lot
worse,
of
but
problems.
we do. But we share our problems,
We
all
do.
right?
We definitely do that.
We actually have homecoming coming up.
We do in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks we will not have an episode because we will
Well,
be well
kinda. We
maybe
won't have an episode on Friday, but that's Sunday,
yes, that's Sunday. We're
the
gonna have a
28th.
cruise specific one at
So we're
noon.
gonna have a live that Sunday, noon central. And it's
Yes.
gonna be all question and answer with Ray and
With Ray and
John,
John
going
from RG
over
Travels.
cruise questions and things like this. So we kind of went over some of the questions, but as you go ahead and send your information over to them, get back information that you need or whatever, this will be more detailed. And
Hmm.
you can ask them questions like, why do I need a drink package? Or what do
Yeah,
I do if, you know, X, Y, and Z happens? They have an answer for everything.
they absolutely do. And they're really good. Like this is their job. They love it. They're
They do a
always
lot of
off
other
somewhere.
quilty cruise kind of things, and
Hmm.
it's very cool.
I keep sending them this garden influencer from England that I think is gorgeous. And they're like, let's do a joint cruise. I'm like, I've not met this person in real life. I don't know who he is. I just think he's gorgeous and funny and like,
I'm gonna, there's the book
that's all.
for me to write. I went on a cruise with a garden influencer
And spicy happen. No,
and spicy happens.
Stephanie would need to lose a lot of weight and
Well,
have
it's not
many
about us. We're
and have many
married
things
and
go
we're good.
horribly wrong in her life in order for that to be a possibility.
Yeah, not possible. But for a
I
book,
I I texted Chantel today. I finally went back to the gym and just walked for like half an hour today. And I was like, so
this is
Chantel,
funny.
if
I
if
was
you
gonna bring
ever
this up.
I was like, if you ever find yourself in your 20s again and
Never
single,
going to.
which, we're both 40, we can't go backwards in time. But like if you do, the gym is the place to go to find a date on a Friday night because it was packed with 20 somethings fit doing this, that, or the other thing. And so I told my husband this because I thought it was rather funny. And he's like, well, good for you. And I'm like, I could be their mother. Their mother, Adam. I'm not telling you this because
Oh
I'm
my God, we
interested in
could.
any of them. We could be their mother. Yes. I
Oh.
know. It's an uncomfortable realization, isn't it?
Mm, that hurt.
It
It hurt
does,
me.
but it's true.
My sock is stuck into my chair. What the?
How did you manage that?
Oh my gosh. It's a metal chair and part of the welding is breaking off on the thing here.
Yes, Brittany, that's the guy
Yes.
I'm talking about. Oh, Brittany, I just want you to know when you read my book and you get to the character of Kenrick, that's Kenrick, but with dark, wavy hair. I just want you need to know
I
that.
just need you to know this.
He's
Brennan
Kenrick.
was on earlier for a little bit. Is she still here? She's like, can I come? Yes, you can
You
come.
absolutely can come. You will actually have to talk
Unfortunately, you have
Charlie
to
into
pay.
letting you pay for it, but yes, only Chantel and I get to go for free because we will work our butts off between now and
We,
next
yeah,
October to get it
we'd
ready.
be selling this for, although a location like this will sell itself.
I think
It's
so. Yeah. I
beautiful.
mean, it's a bucket list trip, a Mediterranean cruise with special
Mm.
textile stuff put in. I love Brittany's emoji that she put back there. A sly little face, but that's hilarious.
I miss her. Of course, I make friends with people that move, right?
And you do, you have a problem with that.
I do. I always make friends with people that move or I have to move.
That's funny.
I know. I keep them, just don't keep them right here.
So what I want to know what everyone's working on. I'm not currently sewing anything because I am still in video editing hell
Well,
for
actually, you should tell everybody
my next
about
book.
your book that you're is going to be coming out.
Yes, so in a couple weeks, it's supposed to hit the warehouse, is Panel Quilt Workshop. It's 12 patterns, not just quilts, also home decor, bag items, things like that.
Using
Um,
panels.
using panels. And so it's all different ways that you can use it. Tips on if you bought the panel but you didn't buy any coordinates, how the heck do you match things to go with it? So that's all part of it. And there's video tutorials that I'm working on editing. They're filmed, they're all filmed, they're just not edited, of how to do each project but one because I was an idiot and I didn't turn on the overhead camera for that shot.
Oops.
And it was fabric that was so old I couldn't get any more of it to redo it. So you're SOL on that one. But I'm currently working on editing through all of those videos so that way the videos will be up and ready to go. I'm hoping within the next week or so I can start launching those as promo for the book that's coming out. The official launch date is sometime in October, late October. I don't remember off the top of my head right now. Um, I can tell you when Quicksilver is coming out. I can't tell you when my own book is coming out. This is probably
When is Quicksilver coming out?
is
I need
not
to know
good.
that.
It's actually I can't tell you specifically then too. It is October some point. So, me
We will figure
and
it all out.
it'll all be good.
Maybe
Um,
maybe you'll be beating each other in the off,
maybe
you know.
I don't think I'm gonna outsell the Quicksilver sequel. It's
Probably
not
not.
gonna
But
happen. That would be
dreams.
fabulous. Dreams. We can dream. Um, so I'm working on just editing away. I'm gonna edit like all day tomorrow is what's gonna happen, and probably all day Sunday, and just see how far I can get on that.
Hmm.
And then I also have to create stephaniesebbing.com, which I have the domain for, but I need to actually create the website so you guys can order off of there. Um, Quilt
For your
Addicts
signed
Anonymous is
copies.
is not going away, but it is still a little bit on a hiatus in terms of how much promotion I can do for
Kind
the
of on a
website.
limbo.
Um, but hopefully it's actually moving forward because I finally actually talked to a real person at my attorney's office today after about a month of chasing people down. So that was really fun.
So
Um,
annoying.
I know. It's like this could have been done already, but it just is dragging. It's a pain in the butt. Um, but yeah, so that's what I'm working on. So I don't really have sewing projects going right now because literally all my time is like on the computer right now, getting ready to promote the next book. So that's it's fun, it's exciting. This book has been in progress for like 2 years. So to see it finally come out is always an exciting thing.
That's
Um,
huge.
it is. They don't normally
Really.
take this long. I had some life events happen that delayed my original publishing date a little bit. But
It's
it I've been with them. This is my fourth book with this publishing company. They know me. They know I'm gonna turn in a good product. So they worked with me. It was great. Um DK, I do not typically teach locally anymore. My life is a little wild because my husband's job is not one that really allows me to
yeah.
plan things on like a weekend. Like I can't teach a Saturday class because he works all day Saturday. Um,
If you want to catch her, you got to catch her at sea because this is
basically.
literally when teaching gets to happen.
I probably will do one local class before we go again, just so that way, you know, I'm not fresh when we're on the boat. Like I've had a moment to get myself back into that mode of, walking the room and making sure everyone's doing good and all of that. Um, but no, I'm just my husband's job is very
Weekend demanding.
weekend demanding and evening demanding, and I've got young kids that I've got to run here, there, and the other place, and most of the time
They
I'm
have
doing that all by
activities.
myself. And so, yeah, there's stuff for them Tuesday through Friday night. Saturday afternoons we have stuff. We're going to come into Nutcracker season, which will probably also include Saturdays and Sundays. I just don't, it's not like before I had kids and it was really easy to just go teach on a Saturday. Like I can't, that's
Right.
not my life right now. And it won't be for a long time. So I, my daughter's 11, my older daughter, and I had to run a 20-minute errand. And I thought, okay,
This was funny.
we will let you stay in the house by yourself for 20 minutes. You have a cell phone, the neighbor is home with the neighbor is
What's the worst
basically
that
like
can
an aunt.
happen?
What if in 5
Don't
minutes
cook
I get a
anything,
phone
you
call
know.
from her say, Mom, I locked myself out of the house. I'm like, okay, we'll just sit in the backyard and if you need anything, go call Mary. And I'm like, do you have Mary's number? No. Okay, well, let me send you Mary's number and just walk over to her house. It'll be fine. But it's just like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous.
This one time.
One time I'm gonna try to let you have a little bit of freedom and you can't even manage that.
Let
And
me
then
get you in.
she's like, can I walk home from school? And I'm like, well, one, we have activities like every day after school. So no, I need to get you home, changed, and on to the next thing. And two, you're not walking a mile home by yourself and crossing a busy road on the crest of a hill where people go 40 miles an hour and could blow you over. Sorry, kiddo. Not gonna
No,
happen.
you're not walking home.
But it has nothing to do with trusting you or not. It's just
Although the last
logistically, it
time I
doesn't work.
trusted you didn't
You
work
locked
out.
yourself out of the house, letting the dog in. I told her, I was like, let the dog in. Don't go outside. And she goes outside. The door shuts behind her. She locks herself out. Like, oh my gosh, child.
Immediately.
Immediately, like literally immediately. And I was like, well, I'll be home in a minute. But,
I think this might be my last one of these. I have
ooh,
a
that's
pile
good.
of them.
I might actually need to go visit Lenny at some point soon.
What time is it?
It's 10:42.
Ugh, I'm really hungry. So Chipotle this week accidentally
Hmm.
delivered me two extra burritos because they gave me somebody else's bag. So all I've eaten this week is Chipotle.
It's probably not good for your digestive system. You're pushing
Probably
40,
not.
Chantal. You have to think about these things.
It's a lots to think about.
Oh, goodness. That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh. I'm already tired. I thought it was like 11:30.
I had a
I
comment
could.
with someone today when I was meeting with the guys who I used to work with a decade ago before Quote Addicts Anonymous became a thing. And we were like catching up because like one of them had no kids and now he's got two. And the other one, his oldest is a teenager now.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I know, right? And we were talking about, he's like, I haven't seen any of your advertising. I'm like, have you hit 40 yet? And he's like, nope. And I'm like, that's why we only target 40 and above. And he's like, oh, I guess that makes sense.
Oh man.
I'm
That's
like,
the difference between
I
you
did
and
it.
me.
I did it,
Instagram, I have all the youngins.
apparently. But
That's funny.
too much Chipotle, she says.
Too much.
I'll
There
tell
is no
you,
such
this
thing.
has become, first of all, my Friday night Costco has gotten a lot better because I only have to take one child because the other child has an activity now. So I can drop one child off and then they
So you
don't
don't have them
bicker.
fighting.
Yes. So I can take one child with me who reluctantly holds my hand in the parking lot, but she will do it. And then we can get our Costco chicken, our chicken taco kit, and the dog food that we need for the week.
And the
And
dog.
and we're good. And I can go forth and I can get out of there and I don't feel like I need to take a Xanax when I leave and we're okay.
Oh,
And I'm like, maybe there's hope for me and the Costco
there might
meals.
be hope for you. Look at
There might
that.
be. I know.
I don't know how you, I mean, that was like an exercise in patience going to Costco with both kids on a Friday evening.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
what kind of crazy woman are you?
You
Take
know,
both
I
kids. You're
will
like,
still
I
admit
love pain.
one of the funniest scenes I've ever written was
Was based off
was
of that.
based on my children interacting with each other in Costco while I was waiting for them to fix a tire. And oh, the funniest thing, and this is like I could sit and write all day long. The way
Oh,
like if you
she
go
could.
to a quilt retreat and like you could just sew all day long, I could do that with writing and editing all day. And they are very adamant in the school I'm going to that like you write an hour a day and then you go live your life because you need to live your life in order to have something to write about the next day.
You know, there's people that are fighting to get that hour,
Yeah.
to get to their hour. And then you have you,
Well,
who's
I fight
fighting to cut back
I
every
fight to
hour
get
of
the
their
hour
day.
too. I fight to get the hour too. I try to do it first thing in the morning, which
Well,
is
I mean,
not
you
really
fight
the
to
best thing.
not do an hour. They're fighting to do an hour.
Yeah. Well, I'll start in the morning while the kids are getting ready for school, which is not the best time to write
Mm-mm.
because it's just a little chaotic in the
No.
house. And I'm just like, guys, this is my time. I need, like, I have more than once locked a child out of the bedroom so that I can have my hour. Um, which I feel like it sounds awful. I locked my kid out of the bedroom, but it's
No.
like, as a mother, to say I get 1 hour to myself a day.
Just
And
one.
just
It
1 hour.
sounds
That's all I need. I need 1 hour where I can focus on something that I want to do that's fulfilling to me. And it sounds like such a selfish thing, and it is not. It is
no.
absolutely a requirement
We
for
should
us to have
normalize
fulfilled lives.
something like
Like,
that where everybody gets a chance to have their own time.
yeah. Like, why is that something that we should feel guilty about? It's absolutely should not. The same way we no longer feel guilty about being like, it's 9:30 on a Friday, see you later, figure it
I
out with the
know, I
kids.
totally peace out at about
Yeah,
8:30 and I'm like, John, I gotta go. Sorry.
yeah. That's about the time we have our pre-work call.
Yeah,
We always have a pre-work call. She called me before our meeting today with Ray and John. She's like, "What do I need to know?" I'm like, "Read your email thoroughly because they will be annoyed if you don't." And
I
she's
did
like,
read that
"Okay, no
email
problem."
thoroughly. And then we had a post-work call
We did.
because, and then we had a pre-work call for this. So we have
Yep.
talked to each other like
And I
five
texted
or
you while
six
I was at the
times,
gym.
and I sent you some images.
Yep.
So we have had many a conversation.
We talk constantly. It's like we never tell each other goodbye. I feel like because
No,
it's always just a continuation of whatever the
it's
conversation
always
was
like, I'll talk to
beforehand.
you later. I'll talk to you soon.
That's
I'll
kind
talk
of
to
the
you in
fun
an
thing
hour.
about the cruise because we kind of just like adopt you all into the
Yeah.
insanity
You want in the
that is
sisterhood?
us.
Welcome.
Come join our 20-year friendship and let's have some fun.
Yes, just come to the sisterhood. It's all
Yes.
good because you don't just get the sewing part of it. We don't just disappear on you.
No,
We
we're eating
also
dinner with
enjoy
you
being in
every
the
night.
sewing room.
Yeah, we're eating dinner with you every night. We'll be
We
out
didn't
there
add
in the
that part.
evenings. Oh
You
yeah,
get access to the sewing room anytime
anytime.
you want.
So if it's a sea day or if it's an excursion day and
And
you're
you
not
want to
wiped
sew?
out and you want to go sew after dinner, go for it. Or you don't want to get off the boat today, maybe you're tired, you've had enough. You don't, you
You
walk
go
around for a
off the
little
boat
bit.
for 2 hours and you're done and you come back. You can
Go.
sew all
Go
day.
mess around. Go
The
sew. Do
sewing
whatever you
machine
want up
has your
there.
name on it. It is for you to use.
I mean, not literally, but yes.
Literally, but
People
I can
pick
put
their
your name on
spots
it
and they
if you
keep
really
them.
want.
They
There's
might have
nothing
a
a
problem
post-it
with
note
that.
can't do.
True. Post-it notes, I think we can get away with.
Also, part of my class gets taught in a bar lounge area so that everybody can enjoy themselves sitting
Some of
back
the
and sewing.
ships, I'm not sure if this one does. We'll have to ask.
Mhm.
Um, some of the conference rooms are big enough to where they have comfy couch seating on them.
Oh, nice.
Those are fun.
Feel like you need a lounge space when you're doing EPP. That's the whole point, right? Like, is
Yeah.
to be able to take your sewing where you're at,
Yeah.
where
Like
you want to be.
where we talked about how the best thing to do is to like just go and sit in the solarium and putz around with your EPP.
Yeah.
I'm
If you're,
not somebody who can sit still very easily. Like if I'm going to be
yeah.
sitting on a lounge chair, I need to read a book. I need to sew something. I need to have a computer in my lap. One of those three things. I cannot just
Yeah.
sit there and stare out at the
And
endless
sit.
sea. Like I can't
Although
do it.
I brought everything and did hardly anything when it was Solarium Day. It
Yeah,
was great.
I was
It was
working,
great.
which I regret, but hey, you got to pay the bills.
Yay. Yeah,
It's
you had
hard.
work to do.
I did, unfortunately. I had
But
freelance work.
come join the sisterhood. It's fun
I
over
know.
here in
Ooh,
our head.
we could have a book club on board.
Ooh. I don't
That
know
could
if
be
we should
fun.
have everybody read our books. That might be too personal.
Not necessarily our books. Like we could read
Well,
like
the
a Jennifer Shiverini one. That's safe.
one of those
Elm
quilt
Creek
mysteries.
Quilters. Yeah, one of the Elm Creek Quilters ones.
Hmm. I don't know. I'd have to read it to decide or let you read it and give me the book report. That's my favorite thing. I
I
read a
need to
lot of books
find
vicariously.
you learn what you should and should not read.
I
Quilting
love it.
romance novel. Let's see
They're
what we
gonna be
got.
like, "Do you need a pre cruise meeting about a book?" We'd be like, "Yes, we do." That's one of the meetings we've promised now,
I'm
accidentally. It's
trying to figure out what this one
book club meeting.
was that I think this was it. This may have been the one that I read from my mother's or grandmother's book that had a spicy scene in it that I was not expecting. I was sitting next to my father, and I was like, "Oh goodness, this is not what I expected to find on my grandmother's bookshelf." And
Ah,
oh goodness,
yeah. Happy Burmeier is like, you could test out the book club here. We totally could. We should have Quilty Book Club. Sorry, guys, I turned off my ring light there because it's getting in my eyes, and we're at that
I'm
point.
I am pretty sure this is it. I'm gonna I need to look it up on Amazon to get a bigger. I read this aloud at a meeting with my friends. Um, it was hilarious. Hilarious. Oh, apparently this is book 2 of 14. That's weird.
Do you think you read book one, or do you think, what do you
I
think?
don't know what I read. I don't think this was it. This was not it. It was this actress who went back to her. Oh no, maybe it is. It says with sexy hot romance as one of the readers. It was this actress in like a New York City type situation. This was been at least a decade. This was pre-children when I read
This
this
is a
book.
very memorable book for you.
And
It was
it
a
was like
memoir
one
of
of
what the
those
future was going to
like
bring.
Harlequin like romance
Oh,
situation,
you know,
but
I loved one of those.
I didn't realize that's what I was getting into. I was up north and it was before there was Wi-Fi up there and I was bored. And so I'm just like picking books off my grandmother's bookshelf and I'm like, "Oh, she's got one on quilting. Cool, I'll read it." And I'm sitting next to my father and this girl has come
Oh my God.
from New York. She had an audition where the guy who was auditioning her propositioned her and she was like, "No, I'm not doing that." And it basically like ruined her career because she turned him down. So she goes back to her hometown, meets her high school sweetheart, and they like were a very innocent couple back in high school. It was like just kissing. And he is now a widower with a son, and his wife was a quilter and was part of this quilting bee. And so she kind of gets adopted into this quilting bee, and she thinks she's going to do a nice thing and make a quilt out of the wife's clothing for him. And all of a sudden, they're like on some date, and all of a sudden, like boobs come out. And I'm sitting next to my
So they do
dad.
inappropriate things with
I
quilts, is what you're
I'm sitting.
saying.
No, this part it didn't involve a quilt yet, but
Don't give us too many spoilers.
they're
Now we
like
have
out
to read
there
it for the
and
cruise.
all of a sudden it's just like, oh, it's that kind of a scene. And I'm literally like, my dad's like right here.
You're like, I
I'm
didn't think this
like,
book had it
and
in it.
I'm like, oh my God, I just read nipple right next to my father. Like, oh my God. Like, I just like died. And like I was a married woman. Obviously, I knew what was what, but it was just so embarrassing to like. I feel like I'm getting red
You're
right
right
now
right
discussing
now.
it. And I was so embarrassed, but I couldn't stop because I wanted to know what was happening. And then later, when they finally did the deed, there is literally a line where they're like, they pulled back the quilt that the dead wife made, and then they went on the
Don't
bed.
tell us everything.
I told my husband, I was like, if I die
Ever.
and you sleep with somebody on a quilt that I've made, I will haunt that. You know what? I will do it. You cannot do it. Absolutely not. Ah,
Oh my
so,
gosh.
but I literally was
That's
reading
great.
experts of the spicy scenes aloud. And I was like, this is literally the only mention of quilting in this book is when they pull it back for literally, I
And
would
this is your
haunt
grandmother's book.
my grandmother's book. Yeah. hmm
Not
Grandma
weird at all.
Grandma got
Not at
into
all.
some interesting romance books.
Oh my gosh. Well, sometimes it doesn't tell you
That's
what you're getting
hilarious.
into until you're already there.
Oh yeah, it was definitely all in there.
It was hidden until it wasn't anymore.
I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna die here.
I love it. We should read
I
that one for sure.
We
Just as a
definitely
group.
could totally do that.
We could do a little book club.
Oh gosh, this woman, all she does, her Lori Wilde, it's all these romances. It's like all books with like shirtless men on the covers
Oh,
and
I
cowboy
love those
hats.
books. Those are some of my favorites. I know.
Ah,
I am a closeted, but I am out romance reader of Regency romances. Regency is my favorite.
I really think this is it, but I'm not totally sure.
Should buy. You can't even say that without laughing. You should buy it.
I mean, I kind of want to. I feel like I've definitely read this book at some point.
Is it the book version or is it like a Kindle version or is it an
There is
audiobook
a
version?
there's a book version. Um,
Does the cover look the
there
same?
is an audiobook. All right, I gotta
Hmm.
look. Let me see if there's a better description here on Audible.
Now everybody's like, we need to know.
Everyone's like, we need to know.
We must know the truth. Aw, I'm out of drink.
This is why I brought four down.
Ah, I only brought two. That's not true. I
There
may have
literally
drank
is
one
no
before.
description whatsoever of what is going on in this book.
Promise me when you release your book, you will not be that person.
It's like second book in the series filled with heartwarming stories and beautifully layered
Heartwarming
characters. I mean,
doesn't
I
sound
want to
right.
know. I want to know. Let's see. It came out in 2018. This couldn't have been it then, unless that was when the audiobook came out.
It might have been when the audio came out.
Because I
What was
know
the
this.
potential name?
Oh
I'll write
no,
it down.
2010. So maybe it is. True Love Quilting Club is maybe what it's called.
I will do research.
We need to figure this out. I might need to get that one.
Not yet. Let's do the research and make sure that it is what it is. Although, maybe True Love Quilting Club's a good one too.
I'm pretty sure that's the one. It sounds really familiar.
Does the cover look the same? I
I
would
have no
remember a
idea.
cover.
It was too long ago. And I think I kept it until the KonMari Purge.
Ooh, the KonMari Purge. That's a
I
hard
kind
one.
of regret the KonMari Purge. Did you do a
Yeah,
KonMari Purge?
yeah, and I recently went through my closet and
You
kind of
told me that.
did a joy-ish, purge, whereas like, does it give joy? There were some of them that are like, yes, which is clearly not joy, but I still counted it and it
Yeah.
stayed. I
It's
had
all
to
good.
have room for my stuff. I was at the point where I couldn't put my laundry away.
I mean, I'm there. I
I
have
sold a lot of
two
items to
thread
thread
up.
up though.
I have two drawers full of sweaters, and I am at the stage of life where I don't like to wear sweaters because I get too hot.
I know, I feel that.
And I'm like, oh, what am I doing with myself? But
Get rid of the sweaters. I know, it's very hard.
Brittany says add-on package for the cruise, purchase the book and attend the book club. That could be fun. I mean, there is nothing to discuss. This plot is not layered.
It's just
It is
something to all know together.
it's just a fun little romance with some inappropriate usage of quilts in which you may or may not want to
We can
haunt.
just drop funny quotes throughout it because we all experience the same book, basically. Not a lot of
Uh,
should they, shouldn't they.
I think it's called True Love Quilting Club, but we're gonna have to figure that out.
I'm gonna figure it out. I want to know.
Oh, hang on. We have a preview. Let's see if we can hit it with a preview.
Oh gosh.
William Morrow and Harper Audio present
I can hear it clearly.
True Love Quilting Club,
Okay.
a Twilight, Texas novel by Lori Wilde. Performed by Lisa Zimmerman.
Okay.
Prologue. Twilight, Texas, 1994. A quilt is a quilt is a quilt. Trixie Lynn Parks, 14-year-old ragamuffin. It was turning out to be the second worst day of Trixie Lynn Parks'
I think this is her.
14-year-old life.
I think this is it.
Hateful words pounded through her head like a migraine. The sound of her running feet slapping against the pavement echoed in her ears, compounded the pain. For the most part, the streets of Twilight, Texas stretched empty.
Here, I'm gonna go
Wow,
ahead.
the reader is terrible.
You've reached the end of this preview.
Oh, I reached the
To
end.
listen to the full title, you can buy it in your player.
All right, I'm gonna have to actually buy the
It's
thing.
so hard when you get an audiobook off, like not an author,
So some of them
narrator.
are
That
by
is-
AI now. Which people? Oh,
While you're listening.
what are you doing? Don't start
It's
doing those things. Apparently, there's also a Sweethearts Knitting Club by the same author.
seems right.
Yeah.
That's funny. I just hate when you get a narrator that is
A lot of them are AI,
not,
and Audible is
or they're
apparently
read by
pushing
the
AI.
author, and it really shouldn't have been read by the
Oh,
author.
God, I would never read my own books. Never, ever. Not, no.
Not those books. I read a lot of nonfiction,
Yeah,
so
I still would never read my own book.
oh,
There's
so
a
many of them
business
do.
book that I loved so much, and really made an impact on helping me grow Quilt Addicts Anonymous. It was read by the author. It took me months to get it through it because it was so just
Yeah,
annoying
read
to
by the
listen
author
to.
is not my favorite.
Yeah, no. But
Not my favorite.
yeah,
Dude, I'm getting sleepy. I think
It's
it's
all good.
time. I
we
need a
can call
Lenny
it a
too.
night. Same. I've been putting it off. Kate reading is great. All right. I will make it my mission to figure out what that book was called so that we can all experience it together.
Please, everybody, send in
It's-
your
it's
paperwork
hilarious.
to find out
Yes.
about the cruise.
Absolutely. So
It
the
doesn't
link
guarantee you anything. Just
the link is pinned up top. Fill out the info. Ray and John typically reply within one business day. So if you put it in tonight, you probably will get a reply back first thing Monday, unless he's feeling bored on a Sunday and then put stuff out. We
Yeah.
now know he knows nothing about football and is not watching any of the games.
no,
So
he's
got
not
things to
exactly
do.
on the games. So
No. So it's all good. All right. Well, we will see you guys next week. And
hopefully we have some more details about that.
Yes.
And I should be deeper into some projects because I'm actually going to have a little bit of time.
I will hopefully have videos edited, and maybe stephaniesubbing.com will exist. So we'll
Yay!
see how
That's
that
a big
goes.
week.
That would be a big week.
So
I have to take a break from this one. So it's a
Ugh,
force
that
it's a
one.
force break. I'm at a point where I can't do anymore until I meet with my coach again and I hear back from some of you guys. So it's a good time for me to focus on, the book that I already have published that's coming out very soon.
Yes,
You know,
that is very much not the inappropriate use of
that I would
quilts.
very much want to be at. My goal is to have it be back at the top of quilts and quilting category on Amazon. That's my goal. So we'll see. I've done it once. We'll see if I can do it again.
Hope
But
so.
yes, me and my moo moo.
You and your
Bye,
moo.
ladies. Have a good night.